Hello students, today I am making this a small video just for the purpose of calculation of convolution of a rectangular pulse with itself, because whenever we do the analysis of power spectral density for a line code, then normally we consider rectangular pulses as our input signal, and in the calculation of power spectral density we have to calculate the autocorrelation of these pulses, right? So in those calculation, basically we have to also in a step we have to also take in the convolution of a rectangular pulse with itself. So how that convolution is happen, so this we have to see today. So that's why I'm making this video here. Hope this will make your concept clear. So as we know that if we are having any two functions, that is ft and gt, and if we want to convolute these two signals in time domain, then what is the value? It is basically minus infinity to infinity. It can be written like f tau g t minus tau d tau. So this can be a simple relationship for the purpose of calculation, right? And if we talk about the if we talk about our convolution in the communication engineering, and more specifically for the calculation of power spectral density, so what we can assume here, we can assume here that we are having a pulse which is having a magnitude of hk, and the width of this pulse is basically epsilon. hmm? and we are representing this signal like xt. So now what we can do, we can shift this signal by some delay, that is tau. So the shifted version of this pulse can be made like this. So this is a shifted version, and the shift is basically tau, right? So this is the scenario. This is the scenario, and this pulse can be named as xt minus tau, because we are shifting our pulse from towards right side, and here the condition is that tau is less than epsilon, number one. And the second is that tau is positive. So because for example here you can consider that tau is equal to 0, so from 0 you are moving this side, so this is basically a positive side for tau, right? So tau is positive also. And if we want to see the lateral view or horizontal view of this scenario, we can also see that, for example, we are having pulse like this, right? And again the height of this pulse is hk, the width is epsilon. Now I have to make a shifted version, so I shift this pulse by tau. So I shift this pulse in this direction by tau. So for example, this is our shifted version. This is our shifted version. Hmm? So this delay is basically tau, right? So here you can see that this delay is basically, this point is tau. Hmm? Now with this case, this is a horizontal view of shift to show the shift. This is the vertical view to show the shift, right? Now if we want to convolute, or we want to calculate the multiplication of these two waves, so this whole multiplication, we can split this multiplication into three regions. One region can be this region. I should mark it with red pen. that this is basically one reason, right? Here in this figure you can say that this is one reason, so I named it this reason by 1. The second reason can be like this one. This is the overlapped reason. So I am naming this reason as a second reason. Here this reason can be defined in this area. This area, this is reason number 2. And then we can also say that this is our reason number 3. This is our reason number 3. So this is our reason number 3. So here in this figure, this is our reason number 3. So if we want to see the multiplication of these two rectangular pulses, or if we want to see the convolution of these two rectangular pulses, then we have to take the interval of minus infinity to infinity, right? So now we can easily write like this, that for reason 1, the autocorrelation can be simply written like this: minus infinity to tau xt xt minus tau dt, for example. So this, here you can see that in this reason 1, the reason 1, the limit will be from 0 to, for example, this is 0 to tau. The limit will be 0 to tau, or if you are talking about convolution, so we have to do convolution for entire real axis. So you can say from minus infinity to tau, right? This can be the reason 1, from minus infinity to tau. So in this reason, we can see from minus infinity to tau, this pulse, that is a function xt minus tau, it will be equal to 0. So I should write down here, for reason means for limit minus infinity to tau, for limit minus infinity to tau, the reason of x t minus tau, this pulse, right, this pulse will be equal to 0, means for this whole reason from minus infinity to tau, right, this is a 0 value. So this 0 value will be multiplied by any function, it will always produce 0. So here we can simply write down that our x tau can be written as minus infinity to tau xt, where xt can be equal to simply hk, and xt minus tau will be is equal to 0, so it will be multiplied by 0 dt, so it will produce 0. So this is for reason 1. Now for reason 2, again we are coming back to this slide. This is our reason 2. This is the limit from this reason, for this reason is from tau to epsilon, right? This is the value tau and this is the value epsilon. So the limit is from tau to epsilon, right? And the value of from tau to epsilon, the value of both the pulses, the height of both the pulses is hk. This is this second, sorry, this second pulse is also having height hk, right? So now we can simply solve it, like for reason 2, again we are using the same formula, that is rx tau can be equal to from tau to epsilon. The signal xt will have the value hk, signal xt minus tau will also have the value hk, right, dt. So this will give you hk square integration from tau to epsilon dt, and the value of this is hk square t, limit will be epsilon to tau to epsilon. So the value is equal to hk square into epsilon minus tau, right? Hk square epsilon minus tau. So this is for reason number 2. And for reason number 3, again we can calculate the value of autocorrelation or convolution, whatever, right? So we can simply write down, this is for reason number 3. For reason number 3, the limit will be from epsilon to infinity, right? Reason number 3 is from epsilon to infinity. So for all values from the epsilon to infinity, the value of this pulse, this function xt is always equal to 0, right? So nothing to say about it, the value is equal to 0. So you can see here, if we write again, it will be from epsilon to infinity, the value will be hk, it will be equal to 0, right? It will be equal to 0 into hk dt, right? But whenever we are having 0 here, you can multiply anything by 0 or the outcome will always be 0. So for reason 3, again the value of autocorrelation is 0, right? Now you can see that here we calculated the autocorrelation piecewise for different limits. Now from minus infinity to infinity, if we want to plot this autocorrelation function, then how we can plot it, right? So this is again a very important thing to know about. So if you want to plot it for minus infinity to infinity, for example, this is the axis tau. So nothing to say that the from minus infinity to tau it is 0, from epsilon to infinity is equal to 0. So apart from this reason 2, everywhere this value of this autocorrelation is 0. So exactly we want to plot this reason, right? We have to plot this reason. Other than this reason, everywhere the value of autocorrelation function is 0. So in this reason, you can say that we are having the values hk square epsilon minus tau. So what we can do, we can, for example, we have to plot only the reason number 2, which is having the value hk square epsilon minus tau. So here we can take two values. For example, this is tau is equal to 0, this is tau is equal to 0, so I can put the value tau is equal to 0 here, then the outcome will be hk square into epsilon. For example, this is hk square into epsilon. And for example, when we put tau is equal to 0, tau is equal to epsilon, then the value is equal to 0, right? Epsilon value is equal to 0. So for example, this is epsilon, right? Then the value is equal to 0. So definitely we have to add these two lines like this, right? So this is the representation of your autocorrelation function for tau greater than 0. But as we know that the autocorrelation function is an even function, so the convolution of this whole values will also be even. So when we are talking about this in this direction, because in this figure we are shifting this window in this positive direction, we are shifting the tau in positive direction, but similarly we can also do that, we can shift this window into this direction, right? We can shift this window into this direction also. So you can have the scenario like this also, that this window is shifting in this direction. So again you can take the case of that shifting also. So this is the shifting when tau is moving in this direction. Similarly, you can have the shifting when tau is moving in this direction. So with the help of symmetricity, you can complete this graph. Like this. Right? And if this is epsilon, this will be minus epsilon, and then you for all other values it will be 0. So this is basically the convolution of a rectangular pulse with itself. And if you are taking the convolution of rectangular pulse with itself, it will give you the autocorrelation function, right? So I'm stopping here. Actually, I want to make this video just for the purpose that the understanding of the convolution of a rectangular pulse with itself should be clear, because normally it is not explained in detail in the notebooks. So I hope that this elaboration will help you to for the better understanding. Thank you very much.